My name means unity, and that is what I do. I love bringing people together, and like Ms. Spike said, especially women. Now, I want to speak to this strong room right here because this is the strongest group of women I think I've ever had the pleasure of being in the room with. And sometimes when we go into the workforce, our strength is coded in masculinity, am I right? But did you know that our strongest power as women is actually our femininity? And sometimes we have to put that shield on and our femininity gets pushed to the back, and then when we get home, it's hard for us to take that shell off and crawl back into our essence. And I love to see you all dressed up, and even some of my women still have our uniforms on, but that femininity doesn't go anywhere. It's still with you no matter what you're wearing, because it's not what you're wearing, it's actually inside of you. And I had to learn that coming from the radio industry. It is extremely male dominated. I actually thought to myself, what industry isn't dominated by men? It is a mess out there. And to have just a month where we get to celebrate being women is kind of crazy. But the fact that we have to have a month. Have you heard of Men's Month? I know there's a mustache month, and I know there's a testicle month. I know about those months, but the fact that we have to have a month lets you know just how much sometimes we get pushed all the way to the ground, and sometimes even when we're making our decisions, what do they call it? Emotional decisions. Excuse me? That is our superpower, having those emotions, being empathetic, knowing what you want before you even ask. That is who we are as women, and I want to give you the power to bask in your glory. I actually had to find my femininity after I left the radio industry. I left my husband, y'all, I left my job, and I said, I gotta redo this. I don't know how the world got me here, but I'm gonna get me back to who God made me, because the world changed me into something that I did not sign up to be. So what I had to do is relearn my femininity. Does anyone know how to do that? Ooh, it was tough. It was tough, but what I didn't know was it was actually given to me by God. So I had to go back to him in order to get it back. That's the thing about it. First, you have to forgive him. I know it sounds crazy, but the world did something to us, and it put a coat around us. We did not come out the womb with our shield. We had to build our shield in order to protect and provide for ourselves, because that is somehow the role of women, and that's another story. But first we have to forgive God for everything that has happened to us that we had no control over. And then we have to become ourselves. In order to love yourself, you have to love him. In order to love him, you have to forgive him. In order to forgive him, you have to remember every bad thing that happened to you that you told yourself you would forget. Any moment where you did not feel loved, anytime you did not get that hug, anytime someone made you into something that you were not, you have to remember those moments. You have to forgive him by forgiving yourself. Sometimes as women, we do not forgive ourselves because we do not protect ourselves, because we are so concerned about, well, how did I make this person feel? Well, did I do something for that person? And I'm gonna do this for you, hoping that you do it for me. And I'm gonna give this to you, hoping that you give it to me. And all the while, we don't give and we don't give for ourselves. And then we're ended up tired, mad, angry, attitudinal, and most times they call us strong. But not in the sense that I see you strong women. I mean the sense that makes you go, she's strong. There is nothing wrong with you being strong. That's what you had to do. But I don't want you to feel like you have to do that even when you're alone. It's okay to bask in your femininity, but you first have to love yourself in order to find out who you were before the world put that shield on you. So how do we love ourselves? We love God. How do we love God? We forgive him. And how do we forgive him? We forgive ourselves. I love you, ladies. Can we please stand? I want us to do something before we leave. Can I have everyone stand? I want you to take your arm, and I want you to put it around yourself. And I want you to take your other arm, and I want you to put that around yourself. I want you to give yourself a big hug. For every time you needed one and one was not there to give you one, For every time you told yourself that you were not enough or someone else told you you were not enough. For every time you said, oh my God, if someone could just love me, you love you. Each and every time. Say, I love myself. And I love you too. Thank you, ladies. I would love for you all to please follow me on social. You can follow me at MoQuick, ATL, no E after the Mo. Anytime you're feeling like, Mo, I just need some words. Mo, I just need some inspiration. Mo, can you just point me in the direction on how I can embrace my femininity? That is MoQuick, ATL, no E after the Mo. Thank you, Miss Spikes. I love you.